All right then, it all comes down to this for Ryan Lambeth and Marc Fleming. If Ryan Lambeth wins this match, then he is into the last 16 of the Ultimate Pool Champions League. If he draws this match, he's into the last 16 of the Ultimate Pool Champions League. But if he loses and Marc Fleming gets that dub, we're going to a 6-red shootout.
And look at this for an opening layout. There's mileage here. This one could take a while. Keep an eye on that match clock.
Yeah, definitely going to have some tippy-tappy to start things off, because this layout isn't particularly nice. The first shot isn't particularly nice.
The yellows are okay, but I'm not sure about the 8-ball. Obviously, there's not been a starter on the yellows, and there still isn't. Yeah,
there's even less of one now. That's a lovely shot from Marc, because now, I mean, what do you play if you're Ryan Lambeth? Remember, you must hit a cushion after contact.
It was actually a poor shot from Ryan.
It was.
To leave that was poor, because he's put himself in a world of trouble.
He's got to find something here. He really does have to find something. Can he? Is there a gap? Top left?
Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Calm as you like. Yellow off red and lands plumb. That's shot of the night taken care of.
What a shot that is. And this is
absolutely as played as well.
Yeah, this is extraordinary. Just queuing up the replay for you in a sec. Staggered here. This is as good as it gets. Watch the yellow. Oh, how good is that? Doesn't matter that the red went in. He's not reds because he played a yellow first. And his intention was always to pot that yellow. Worth pointing out that if he hadn't have made the yellow, it would have just been loss of turn, and Marc Fleming would have come to the table, and it would have still been open table. So that was all eggs in one basket for Ryan Lambeth. And mentioned he had to find something. My goodness, didn't he?
Yeah, now he needs to find the cue ball, because this 8-ball, I don't think there's enough showing to take it bottom right. So it's short position or a cannon, but there is short position available. You would have ideally liked to have left the one he's on now as your last ball to play that short position, but I don't think he can do that now. If he has to leave the one in the open at the top last, which he is, yeah, he's not going to have a good angle. Has to take this yellow long, and I think so. Can he, if he takes this long, can he just roll through 2 rolls and leave the yellow straight to the top left corner? Then he can come back and you see the short position that's available. Looks like he might have gone too far. He looks happy enough with it. Maybe the 8-ball does go. Oh, he had the angle. He had the angle. That was a really well worked out last 3 balls then. Looked like it just tracked a roll too far to me, but he was perfect. This has been, well, I'm going to let him pot the 8-ball before I say it.
Without finish.
A doubt, the best finish of the night. It's a poor break from Marc again. He hit a few of those against Jordan in the last match and kind of got away with it. No such luck this time. So just a little cluster around the 8-ball being the big issue here. Well, just the 1 ball. But when you move it, you're going to move the 8-ball as well, and it could tie up with reds.
Yellow ball's in play.
You can see what he's thinking here. And I like it because it could be precise. He's thinking about just almost just caressing into the yellow by the 8-ball off this one at the top. No, he's overdone it. He wanted the angle and the one to left centre. Doesn't have it.
Oh no. Oh yes. Oh.
He's not got the last 2 shots right, though, which is why he's now starting to run out of balls to be able to play this breakout shot.
Yeah, I thought it was all over for him there. I thought he was going to end up stuck behind that red, but it's just travelled enough for him to land on this yellow to the bottom middle as we look off this shot. But he's digging pretty deep here. So all we can do is stop the white. He needs to find a way into that red and yellow. Just like that. I tell you, I think he's come out okay.
Not sure. Don't think it goes.
Can you get it to top right?
Well, it might just, you know. I think you're right. It's not easy, but I think you're right.
The biggest issue is he has to top this through.
I think he'd be okay if he can just nip into the red. He'll leave the yellow thin, and then he's going to have to find a way to deal with the 8-ball. But one step at a time here. It was super off angle and super tight, so it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, it all looked okay from the main cameras, but as soon as we saw that angle from behind the arm, that looked a much tougher shot.
Yeah. It's interesting, actually. I think the decision Ryan made was that the ball he wanted to play the breakout was the one left centre, and he had the angle to drop on its second shot. But it was almost as though he made the decision he wanted to just clear the other one in the top half of the table first, and he did then got the bad angle, and he couldn't get back to the angle he needed. And I think sometimes just go after that bad ball as early as you possibly can. Someone like a Tom Cousins, it's just he goes after it at the absolute earliest possible opportunity, just about every single time. You can't make the clearance till you break out the bad ball. You can always work your way back up to deal with balls in the open.
Well, crucial frame for Marc Fleming. Remember, he has to win. Draw no good to him. So 2-0 down would have felt like a long way back.
Just going to drop this in to give himself precise angle just to roll down the table. Would be happy if he's on the cushion, if he's got the right angle, so it just tracks. If he comes back to the middle of the table, then he'll be off angle on both reds. Might be a touch straight. Difficult to tell. Yeah, the little grimace maybe is just a touch straight. Looks okay on the overhead. Just punch this in. He can't leave it too high though, because he won't be able to hold onto the 8-ball. He did have just enough to come down, so he's okay.
Huge difference between 2-0 and 1-1.
Not the most powerful break that Ryan's ever hit, but he's made a ball. Not sure, has he got an opener on the yellow? He wants to be yellows, not reds. Oh, he did. Just a gap.
Makes a difference.
Looks like all the yellows have a pocket. The one bottom of the triangle area, it's very guarded. Doesn't look like it goes in the right centre. Might go left centre. Not sure if you can get to the potting angle to take it into bottom left. It's tight. Well, maybe a touch more room there than you think. That nudge is not a good one for Ryan. He might be thinking about taking this up to the top right. can't get top side of the yellow, but if you drop this in and leave yourself almost straight on it to top right, there you go. You get the perfect angle. If you just kill the cue ball here, you're on the yellow to bottom left. So it's a tough pot, but the reward is the frame. Punches it in as well.
Yeah,
positive.
He's looking confident. Mentioned that, you know, his biggest battle almost would be just almost feeling it out there and being able to play his game. You know, the game's there. You wouldn't be at this level if it wasn't. But it's all new to him. You know, until a couple of weekends ago, he'd never played a proper match on a shot clock, well, on a match clock and a 15-second shot clock before. And now, thrown in at the deep end. And it's safe to say, Ryan Lambeth may well be here to stay.
It's dry again for Marc. Desperate for a ball to respond. It's back to what we were saying at the start of the night. When you're chasing, your opponent is doing everything in their power to make it hard for you, and you're just watching that clock get away from you.
Yeah.
Remember the one-frame lead. Oh, it's a poor miss from Ryan. The one-frame lead is worth more than one. As in, Ryan is still fine with a 2-2 scoreline. A draw works for him, so it's essentially, it's better than being one in front. It's essentially like being two in front.
Yellow balls in play. Second shot clock now in play.
15-second shot clock begins.
He's got some decisions to make here. I think there's enough yellow showing at the bottom of the table, but if it's not, he's got to go into it. And he had some issues with the 8 ball and the 2 yellows. They looked better than they were, so he's decided to play a little cannon. I wouldn't say it's come out brilliantly for him. Just wondering if he can take the one bottom left and nip it up and then take the yellow to right centre, or even long.
Yep.
Might just go long. He might have to get the other yellow out the way first, which means he's going to have to do a lot of work with the cue ball here. Maybe play it off the red to make the less work. Yeah.
Digging and digging deep.
It's all to do whether he can just avoid the red here, just nip past it to make it as easy as possible. Oh, beautiful. This has been absolutely delightful, this finish here. Just the way he's just nudged and picked it apart and worked it out.
And you know, for as good as Ryan Fleming's finish was in frame 1, in a slightly different way, Marc's finish there was just as good, and it gets a little ripple from the crowd as well. It is Ryan Lambeth 2, Marc Fleming 2. Oh, and he won't be. Marc Fleming is out of his chair like he just got electrocuted. What a chance. 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Actually, in ultimate pool terms, is loads of time.
But from Marc's perspective, because he has the next break, it's put everything into this finish, and then you don't necessarily have to make a finish in the next frame. You just control yourself. The problem he has is this actually, it's possibly a slightly easier looking finish than the last one, but it's the similar sort of nature. It's It's just fiddly enough that you're going to have to really pick this one apart. He actually didn't try. He was playing the cannon on the yellow there, not the red. If he gets the yellow full ball, he's perfect. And he's actually got the red instead. Oh, you don't make many of those plants. That was tough. Yeah, if he was playing that clean, it would have been tough, let alone playing it as a plant.
So Ryan Lambeth gets away with one.
Looks like he's struggling for a pot, but I think the one he's nearest to goes to the bottom corner. Maybe not. He's got the one in the centre, though. Only by playing it off another yellow. How calm was that? That was brilliant.
I've been so impressed with his overall levels of just calm. It's almost been serene out there for him.
This will be I agree with you, that one shot, all of a sudden I'm thinking he's struggling here to find a finish. How much clock can he waste? Can he control things? Can he make it awkward? And he's played a really classy yellow off yellow, left himself on the other tricky ball, and all of a sudden he's now got a chance, although he's just played a loose positional shot there, but he's now got a chance just to hold himself together and go, essentially, it'd be one clear, but it will effectively be two clear with a minute and, well, less than a minute to play. Oh, that's another lovely positional shot.
I'll tell you what, how good is that?
Does the 8 ball have a pocket? Can he get up? Probably needs to get back to where he is now, just short of where he is now. So has to avoid the red. I think if he plays it slowly enough, he should just float round both sides of it. He tried to check it up, and he has. It's a touch short. I played that with a lot of check side. I thought he'd go the other way, just widen it a touch, but this essentially for me is for the night.
Was it ever in doubt? It's the first little flicker we've had from Ryan Lambeth. You know, you're talking a record-breaking clearance time. A draw is no good for him. He's going to get the 8 ball moving, but not enough. It's dry, and he's going to shake the hands of Ryan Lambeth. That is an awesome result for the young man who came into tonight as the rank outsider, and the Rocket has soared to a Champions League group win. Super performance, and we'll hear from him when we return.